There are so many ways to make money out there, and it's ridiculous how many people say that you're gonna get rich quick overnight doing these things. My thing is, I wanna give to you guys the most information to get that side hustle that's really going to help you guys out in the future, especially with the recession coming, and I don't wanna give you guys a whole bunch of fluff. So I'm not gonna tell you guys that, hey, this thing's gonna get you rich quick overnight. But I want to give you guys a few extra ideas how to get into a side hustle that's going to make you some money. So let's get right into it. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, thanks so much for coming and visiting. We go over how to make your life get a little bit easier, especially when a recession's coming or what have you. Don't even worry about the recession, actually. Let's forget about that. But how to make your life better, period. Financially, family, all comes down to money, right? Like I said, I hate it when people are telling you this is how you're going to make $10,000 a month. This is how you're gonna do this and that, blah, blah, blah. I get it, some of these things do work, but it really depends on how much work and effort you're gonna put into it. Bottom line, when it comes to any side hustle, it's all about the grit and the work that you're gonna put into it. And I know that a lot of these people give too much fluff with all that stuff. So I have seen where you can do this ebook, download it onto Etsy, and all of a sudden you're able to make money off that. It's really hard if you don't have a following, but if you do get good products out there and you start getting those sales, it will start snowballing. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it's one of those things that you could definitely do. It's a great side hustle. If you're kind of that crafty, the artsy person, the creative mind where you're able to go on to a platform like Canva, make your planners, make your whatever you want to sell, make your books. You can do the same thing with coloring pages and all that where you have your e-downloads. It works out great. You can go on to things like Fiverr and do your freelancing stuff. This works out great because you can usually go off of your craft and make some side money with it. I know a lot of people do this and you can actually do very well with it, or creating something like YouTube or video editing. I know there's a lot of that going around, especially with all these new podcasters that are coming out. People don't want to do the editing. They want to do this part, they want to talk, they want to do all that, but they don't want to do the editing. Or they started off doing all the editing and then just realized, you know what, I'm more productive if I just keep putting out content and then hire somebody else to do the editing for me. So that works out very well too. The other thing you can do are ebooks, be the voiceovers. The only thing I would recommend with this is make sure that you spend the time and money, getting the right equipment for it. If you're out here basically like I am in my garage trying to read a book, a serious business book, it may not work when you hear ambulances or, people driving in the rain. It may not work with all that stuff in the background. Actually, I won't say it may not work. It won't work. People aren't going to be happy about all the background noises. So you may want to put in some time and effort to build a little soundproof room. But it's also one of those things that you can do it as you go. Find a nice room that's quiet, secluded. You could hang up some blankets and deaden the sound a little bit so it's not echoing. And then fine tune everything once you get rolling. Once you get some cash flow, then you can build this stuff. Or if you just want to go ham and just build a full, sound booth period right off the bat, go for it. But that's another way that you can do it. Another thing you can do, and it's what my whole channel has been based off of, Turo. You can actually rent out cars. If you have extra cars, you can go that route. If you know people that have extra cars, now you can broker them for them. So that way you're not out any money right off the bat. The only thing I would say is if you are brokering cars out with somebody, be very upfront with it. Be very upfront with it and just tell them straight up, like, hey, your car may get an accident, it may get damaged, it may get, just the worst case scenario, but that you still can make money off of it. I don't want you to give them a bunch of fluff thinking that, oh, we're just gonna be raking in money and it's not gonna cost anything, right? It's gonna cost you something, just like any other hustle, just like any other business, it's gonna cost. So there are definitely ways you can go about all these different things to make money. Find out which one works for you and just test the water, see if it's even something you're gonna like. The last thing I want you guys to do is go get in a bunch of debt, whether it be cars, sound booths, computers, anything. I don't want you to get in debt just to find out you don't even like the side hustle. So figure out what works for you and slowly work your way up to it. You don't have to go in debt trying to make money these days. It's just, there's no reason to. You really wanna get into content stuff like this, you can do something as simple as your cell phone. It's gonna work just as good as any other camera that's out there and it'll get you rolling. You don't have to spend money. There's no reason to. So hopefully this helped out a little bit. It's just kind of a little rant on some of this stuff, but at the same time, I want you guys to know that there are things that you can do out there. It's not gonna get you rich quick overnight, but that's my whole thing, is I wanna be as straight up as possible with you guys. of what you can do to potentially make money. And maybe this does get you to the point where you can actually create a full business and you get an ultimatum and you have to go do full-time work, or you go do your side hustle and now your side hustle turns into full-time work. Ultimately, that's the goal, right? To be able to do what you want to do. So hopefully this helped out. Do everything down below. You guys know what to do. We will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, y'all. Later.